150,000 units for part 2. And we can, when we purchase this part 2, we can do that in 2 different ways. You can order that in a quantity of 1,500 units, so 100 times a year you order a quantity of 1,500 units, and the costs are 0.55 per unit. There is an additional cost for the purchase order. When you just order it once a year, order quantity is 150,000 per order, then you get a discount. Unit price is only 0.54, so 1 cent different. Not much, but 1 cent in our example. Now, consider that inventories will be different. When you order only 1,500 units per order, you have very low inventories. When you order 150,000 per order, you have high inventories. And inventories mean that you somehow need to finance these inventories. There will be an additional liability because they are not for free. So the funding is different, and there are basically interest costs, which are opportunity costs, because they differ between the 2 alternatives. So we have an interest rate of 6% to be used for this calculation. And now the first question is, what is the average investment when you compare these 2 order quantities? Alternative 1 is order quantity of 1,500 units. Alternative 2 is order quantity of 150,000 units. The question is, what is the average stock level or the average investment? The cost here is how much? 55. The cost here is 54. So, the initial investment per order is how much? I need to look it up.
625.
Here it is. $1,500 times 0.55. This is how much?
825. 825.
Yeah. 8.25 euro. And here?
81,000.
81,000. This is the initial investment. Now, the average is over 2, because the average investment is the average amount what you need to fund. So average stock level is here 412.5, and here is 40,500. You know why I take the average?
We need to calculate the interest.
Yeah, because the stock level goes down and down again. Here you have that 100 times a year. Here you have just one time. And so the average funding required is 412.5 here and 40,500 here. So the interest on average investment, 6% is 25 here, and it's 2,430 here.
But we also need to consider the order cost.
Yes, okay, order cost. Wonderful. How much?
4,000.
4,000 here and 40. And what else do we need to consider?
6%.
Yes.
And we just need to sum it up.
What we need to consider here is unit cost. Because unit costs differ. Here you have that 1,500 times 0.55, and that is 82,500. And here the same amount times 0.454. So unit costs are 81,000 here. So we have different unit costs, we have different order costs, and we have different interest. And interest to consider is an example for opportunity costs. So here we have 86,525. And here it's 83,407.
Where do you get the 82,500?
It's 150,000 units times 0.55 unit cost. In both cases we have 150 units per year, but unit costs change. In the one case it's 0.55, in the other case it's 0.54. That's the discount.
I have a question about the interest on average.
Yeah.
Because about the second option. Because do we assume like we purchased the things at the beginning of the year?
Yes, it's unit.
If in this way the interest we don't need to consider the average stock level, we should just directly times the 81,000.
No,
No.
because funding is not. Look, funding is not required for the whole period. They reduce stock over time. That is the assumption.
So
So it's like this. You have units or stock level. We start with 81,000.